Hello, I'm Ron Sheldon. I'm the Technical Department Manager here at Sound Off Signal. At Sound Off Signal, we pride ourselves on providing excellent customer service and technical support to our customers. The technical video you're about to watch, we hope you find it beneficial in the operation and use of our products. Should you have any questions, please phone us or email us. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about the operation and setup of the Intersector light. I'm showing you two versions of it right here in front of us. This is the original Intersector light, which is designed to go underneath the mirror on the side of a vehicle and gives you a whole 180-degree spray of light up and down the entire side of the car. This is a surface mount version of the exact same light, and it does the same thing. Gives you an entire spray wherever you mount it, 180 degrees up and down the side. This light comes with an instruction sheet. Instruction sheet will look similar to this. This particular one is for the under the mirror version. Now, we have different wedges that come with this light. And depending upon your mirror's contour or the vehicle you have, will determine which wedge you wind up using to mount it underneath there to get the proper angle and fit for the light. There's examples as we go through here of different wedges and different vehicles that winds up going on, and a little instruction that shows you how to install it in a particular mirror. The last page is where you get to your technical information. This page has got your flash patterns on there, which there are 30 flash patterns on this light. Gives you your technical specs, which tell you this light maximum amperage is 1.5 amps, and it operates on 10 to 16 volts DC. It also gives you how to configure this light, how to set your ID settings, which are your ID settings are going to determine whether you wind up having the lights flash together, simultaneous, or whether you have the lights flash alternating back and forth. That's done by your ID setting. Now the light comes in two parts. It's the light head portion and then the controller portion, which is a potted controller. They're connected by a 4-pin connector, and the distance from the light head to the connector cannot be cut. This has got to maintain the same length, and it's because of RF interference and noise. The 4 wires that come out of the potted control unit are a black, which goes to ground, a red, which goes to your 12 volts or your positive, a white, which is used for 3 different functions. It's used for pattern change, it's used for pattern reset, and it's used for ID setting. You have a green wire, and your green wire is used for the cruise function. The cruise function is having the light on about 50% intensity, and it's on steady. It's a steady burn. We'll power this light up, and we'll go through a few pattern change. Pattern change, the light is turned on. I take the white wire, I touch it to the black wire, which is ground. Each time I momentarily touch it, I change flash patterns. Like I had mentioned before, there are 30 of these flash patterns. And let's say that you get down to, say, 15 or 16 and you're not sure where the heck you are. You need to go back home. All you need to do there, remove 12 volts, put your white wire on ground, reapply your 12 volts. Oops, let me get. The light will come on bright, and then it dims down. Once it dims down, remove the white wire from ground, and you're back to pattern number 1. That's how we wind up getting back. Now, ID setting. To change the ID setting and to get it in the proper sync mode, we're going to wind up taking the white wire, touching that to 12 volts, reapplying our ground. If I make good connection here. And as you can see, it's flashing 4 times. We're in ID setting number 4. This particular light has only 2 ID settings. One is 2 and one is 4. Every time I touch the white wire to ground, I change ID setting. It will go from either the 2 or the 4. I'm going to set this back to number 2. And now we're going to go to the second light over here. And we're going to power this guy up. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that this is back to pattern number 1 also. So I'm going to remove my 12 volts. I'm going to put my white wire on ground, apply 12 volts. It's bright, dims down, I remove my white wire, and I'm back to pattern number 1. Now I want to check the ID setting of this guy, so I'm going to take my white wire and I'm going to touch it to 12 volts and reconnect my ground. And that's also on ID number 2. So both of these being on ID number 2, if I connect them together, red to red, black to black, and white to white, once I've got them set, and I've got the pattern set, and my ID set, then I'm going to want to make sure that I also make sure my white wires are also connected together, because they keep the lights in sync so that we don't get drift from one light to another light. We're all set there. Let me hook the black up, the ground, and then I'll hook the 12 volts up. And as you can see, both lights are flashing at the same time. They're flashing simultaneous together. Now I'm going to change one of those lights to ID number 4. I'll just remove these. And we'll take this light right here. I'm going to take the red wire from that light and apply 12 volts to that, touch the white wire to that, and I'm going to connect my ground up. As you can see, I'm in ID number 2. I'm going to touch the white wire to ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm on ID setting number 4. I'm going to remove. Now I've got this light set to ID 2, this one set to ID number 4. They're both in the same flash pattern, which was the initial first pattern. I'm going to twist my red wires together again to connect these together to sync them. Put my blacks together. Twist those together. You must remember that if you want these lights to sync and to stay in sync, you must connect your white wires at this point too, so that you don't get drift, which can happen by not connecting the white wires. One can tend to drift over time. You may not notice it right away, but within a few minutes to maybe half an hour, you will see that. Now, like I said, this is alternating from side to side, ID number 2 and ID number 4. They can swap them around. As long as they're on different ID settings, they will alternate back and forth. Now I want to demonstrate the cruise function. That is the green wire. Apply 12 volts to the green wire, and as you notice, this light came on steady and is a little dimmer. I'm going to get cruise for the other light also. Now they're both on cruise function. It's a dim, about 50-60% of intensity, and on steady. We call that the cruise function, and that is done by applying 12 volts to the green wire. I remove them both. We go back to the flashing mode. Now, should you have any questions on installation or operation of this light, please contact Sound Off Signal's Technical Service Department, and we'd be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much.